In my previous video, I got a really interesting question from a viewer asking how my FPS was since the Armory update dropped. So today we're gonna take a look at some recommended settings and my personal settings that I use, and we're gonna compare the FPS and see how much more FPS you can get out of reducing a couple of settings. So here are my personal settings. And here are the competitive settings that I would suggest you to use if you are having performance problems. So what I've done, I've taken 3 maps and I went to 3 places on the map, thrown molotovs and smokes down to simulate an attack, and let us compare the FPS from both scenarios. So let's get right into the video. A quick promotion from my side. Until end of the year, each month I will be giving away a couple of skins on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe, like and hit the notification bell, because at the end of the month I will disclose a winner. And now back to the video. One quick thing that I want to mention before I get into the comparison is that I am running a 12700K overclocked with a 3080 graphics card and DDR5 RAM, 32 gigabytes, running at 6000 megahertz. The first map that we're going to take a look at is Inferno, and here I chose to look at middle, banana, A side and B side, throw a couple of nades, a couple of molotovs, see how the map is reacting. And what we can see is that the low settings and my settings don't really have a drastic difference. In the lowest section I was able to find while skimming through the recordings. However, what we can see that the highs are way higher in the low settings than my settings. The highs are in the 300 to over 400 FPS range, and my settings are more around the 250-ish. Maybe they hit 300 range, but that is basically it. For the second map, I chose Anubis and we looked at A, B and middle, and overall we can see that again, obviously the low settings provide a much higher FPS and a more stable-ish range around the high 200s, 300 range, with this setup providing a lot of FPS. When we look at my settings, we see more of a range of like 250, maybe higher 200 numbers, dropping also in the lows of 180, but those are the 1 percentiles that we don't really take into account. For map 3, we're going to Nuke, and here we're taking a look at A side, B side and outside. And as we can see here, for some reason the low settings will provide a lowest point. However, again, this map I would say shows the real advantages of the low settings, going up to 500 FPS almost and providing a solid baseline around 300, I would say. And when we move on to my settings, we will see that the highest recorded FPS has taken a big hit, going down to what, 300 on the first example. The middle range would be around the 200-ish FPS. For all I can say, if you're experiencing problems with your FPS since the Armory update, I would suggest take a look at the settings, apply them to your game and see if that makes a difference. We were able to see from a visual perspective that there wasn't a lot of drastic impact to your visual performance. So let me know down below what your opinion on the whole overall topic is, and I will see you guys on the next video.